let's do a hi everyone. Very good. Bring this online. Good. And we'll get this up and running, and this up and running. Alright. Very good. I think everything... Hi, what's happening? Okay, so you know what we gotta do? We got stuff to do. It's a busy night. You know, we got stuff to do. So, here's the plan. Here's the plan. We gonna play Magic the Gathering. And the premise here is we're gonna be cracking packs. Now, you might not know what cracking packs is, but basically, you know, if you've ever played any type of card game, well, what do you got to do? You gotta open packs, right? And then once you open packs, well, then at that point in time, you can get stuff happening, right? Yeah. So that being said, we gonna crack some packs, and let's see. We're gonna go. Let's go oldest to newest. So you may say, well, Mal, hey, what's happening, Exotic? You may say, well, Mal, like, I've played Magic the Gathering before, and then you're familiar with some of the basics. You might have said, Mal, I've never played Magic before. Well, think of it like a card game that you can play against one people. You could play against, you know, nowadays you can play different modes. You could play 4 different people all at the same time. You know, if you're in a card shop, and there's some different game modes that are just not 1v1, but basically 1v4s. And so we're cracking packs. Now, that being said, I'll tell a little bit of a secret. A little bit of a secret. I played Magic the Gathering and learned how to play Magic the Gathering when I was in the middle of the pandemic. And a friend from work is like, hey, Mal, you really need to check it out. And thank you for the heart meme. And so they said, hey, Mal, you got to check out, you know, the Magic the Gathering. I think you'd like it. You know, we're all stuck at home. We're locked in our houses. You know, and in my case, when I got COVID the first time, I was sick for like 3 weeks. No joke. I was sick 3 weeks. I had 102 fever for 10 days. I got so sick. I was like hallucinating. I almost like checked into the hospital like the first time I got COVID. And so, needless to say, like, everybody's locked in their houses. They're, you know, everybody's like, well, just don't come into the office. Just work from home. Stay at home. You don't want to be around people. Keep a 6-foot distance. And so I learned how to play in the midst of the pandemic. I knew about the game before the pandemic, but hey, you know what? I'm sitting here like at home. I do my job, but then what are you gonna do? You gonna just sit there and watch TV all night? Nah. So I learned how to play Magic a little bit. And I played, I would say about a year, give or take. And then I was like, okay, well, you know, I got a new computer, and so I got a laptop, and so I'm playing other games, and I'm starting to play Fortnite again. I'm playing, you know, some other games, and it kind of fell off by the wayside. You ever have that happen? You know, a game that you start playing, and then it kind of falls off the wayside. So Arena kind of fell off the wayside. And if you've ever played Magic, they have what they call a standard rotation. And a rotation is basically a chunk of a time where there's different card packs. And so, for example, this right here is one of the expansions, the March of the Machine. And then there's March of the Machine Aftermath. And then there's Lord of the... I didn't even know they had a Lord of the Rings. Actually, you know what I did? I didn't know they had Lord of the Rings. And then they had all these different expansions, and I basically have played it so little that I have almost completely rotated out of Standard. Now, that being said, you may say, well, Mal, do you got any cards? Yeah, I got a few cards. I got a few decks. I did play a lot, and we're not here to talk about that, but we are going to crack packs tonight. So this is the oldest, I believe, and then this, I believe, is the newest. So we're gonna crack them, oldest to newest. And so if you're in chat and you've played Magic the Gathering and you know anything about the cards, feel free to chime in. If you're watching on the Purple app, you could chime in as well. There I actually have untapped integration on the Purple app. But for those that are on TikTok, of course, you're welcome to chime in chat anytime. If you're familiar with the game, you can chime in and see if you recognize any cards. How's that? So let's get going. We got the music playing. Let's not wait any longer. We're about 5 minutes in, 6 minutes in. Let's start cracking packs. And we'll kind of take our time. I might make comments here and there, and then maybe after we crack the packs, depending on what time it is, we'll play a few games. But that being said, let's open the first pack. Okay, so we got Faithless Looting. Okay, draw a sorcery card. Draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, flashback. You know, that's not really. I don't like, 2 cards for 2 discard cards unless I'm playing a mill deck of some kind. Not my wheelhouse. I don't care for that. Guardian of the Pilgrims. Okay, when it enters, target creature gets 1/1 until the end of the turn. Alms of the Vein. Oh goodness, that looks like that hurts, doesn't it? Like someone took a chomp out of their arm. Target opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. Madness. And that's a high cost for trading. Switching 3 life. Crawling Sensation. You ever gone camping? And maybe you're doing a campfire and you're making s'mores, and then maybe you have an ant that crawls onto your lawn chair or something, and then you're like, oh, it's a crawling sensation. That's just creepy. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may mill 2 cards. Okay, so here we are at a mill deck card. Whenever 1 or more lands are put into your graveyard from anywhere from the first time, create a 1/1 green insect token. Interesting. And maybe there's mill stuff. That's a thing. Maybe that's a thing. Field Creeper. Wow, that's kind of spicy, isn't it? And if you're new here, I'm a variety streamer. So last night we played Fortnite for a little bit, and we played Save the World. And, we're all over the place. We play all kinds of games. But tonight we're doing Magic the Gathering Arena. So welcome, Trevor. Mime, I've seen a lot of people come through. Welcome to each and every one of you. Hope you're having a great night, a wonderful night. We just started the week. We're in Tuesday, and we're doing all right. Hopefully you're doing all right as well. Maryland, what's happening? Artifact, 2 colorless, 2/1. Nah. Uncaged Fury, interesting. Gets 1/1, gains double strike. Nah. All right. Now in every pack, there's gonna be some kind of like high rarity cards. Let's turn it over and see what we got. What do we got? Gear Reach Sanitarium. Interesting. A legendary land. Okay. All right. Let's continue on. Let's crack the next pack. Like I said, I may make comments from here and there. All right, Fogwalker. Okay, interesting. There you got counter. There you got counters. Now, a word to the wise. The way Magic the Gathering is set up is blue has... what's the game about? You're a planeswalker, and so you're in this magical land, and there's dragons and elves and goblins and etc., etc., etc. And you have control of the elements. Now, look at this card right here. So you might have control of the plains, that's white. You might have control of blue, which is water. You might have control of the swamps, like death cards. Fire, like burn. Or green, basically like the forest. And then you, the planeswalker, you use your power as a planewalker to affect the story world. And so the game is about you interacting in a 1v1 against other players. Amulet, okay, interesting. Pyrehound, Trample, interesting. We got a wild card. Now this right here is not a card, but I could use this to buy any uncommon. And so you'll see that I have a stack. A stack. One who walks. What's happening? Yo. A yo in the chat. And so that being said, I got a lot of cards. A lot of wild cards. And so I could buy a lot of stuff. Did I see Danny Noonan in the house? Is that a Danny Noonan in the house? All right, so like I said, we got a wild card. That's really nice because you can use that on anything. Midnight Scavengers. Man, isn't that kind of one of those things where, you know, maybe you wake up in the night and you're a little bit thirsty and you go downstairs to the refrigerator and you get a glass of water or something. Sorry, I was not very active in chat. No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. No pressure. All right, and so you'll notice if it says first, that's the first time I've collected that card, which verifies that I have been almost entirely out of standard. All right, what have I got? Grim Flare. All right, it's a black-green trample when it deals damage to the player. Surveil 3. It gets 2/2 as long as there are 4 more different card types in the graveyard. That could be interesting. That could be really crazy in mill decks. I could see that being a thing. That could be something. Let me just quick check something here. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right. So let's keep on going. What's the plan for tonight? We're cracking packs. We're playing Magic the Gathering. Now, some people, they make entire live streams out of cracking packs. That's kind of like, that's like really cool stuff to Magic the Gathering players. If you got cracking packs, oh, they love that stuff. And so we're cracking packs tonight. So this is in honor of all the Magic the Gathering players because they love cracking packs. All right, so that being said, let's keep on going. We got one last in the Shadows of Innistrad. We're going from oldest set to newest. We got another Alms of the Vein. We got an Occultist, a Purge. You'll see if it says first over, it's the first time I've collected this card. So this right here, the Pyre Hound, I've actually had this before, so I have multiples of this. A Salute. Okay, now this set has Clues, which is a mechanic that you can use for different purposes. You can investigate, and there's different things that happen. Every set, when you play Magic the Gathering, every set has what they call a mechanic preference. So some sets introduce a mechanic that affects how the game plays for that grouping of cards, and they're called expansions or core sets. Core sets usually have over 250 cards in the card set, and expansions could have anywhere from I think anywhere from like 50 to 75 cards, and then it's on a schedule. So for example, let me get you here something. Let me get you a little something here. How rude am I to not provide this information? Sets. No, I want sets. I'll put something in chat here. So if you're curious about the timing, I'll put this in chat. All right, there you go. That is the website that you can see the set when they come out, right? And the schedule. Basically, there's a production schedule where they release sets like every single year at certain times. And the fan base, they go rabid, like, oh, there's a set coming out in 1 month, and they have like launch weekends. And if you're in a city that has a card shop, they might have like a weekend where they sell the the core set or the expansion, and then people do drafts and they play against each other, and it's kind of like a celebration type event. Again, sorry for my cough. I'm coming off of a sinus infection. All right, let's keep on going. Let's turn it over. What do we got? Devil's Playground. Man, that's spicy. All right. So two red, 4 colorless. You get 4 tokens, and when it dies, it deals damage to any target. Seems kind of weak unless you have a sacrifice deck. Nope, not in my town, sadly. I play Warhammer. Oh, have you ever played Blood Bowl? The board game? I remember years ago I was invited to a league and I played Blood Bowl, which is like American football in the Warhammer universe. It's a great game. It's called Blood Bowl. It's a really funny game. And so what? We got Hope Against Hope. Enchanted creature gets one for each creature. That could be something. Investigate. Okay, interesting. Okay, all right, let's continue. All right, so we've done the first set. Let's go on to the March of the Machine. You play the video game though? Oh, that's cool. All right, so we got Order of the Mirror. Interesting. Enchanted Familiar. Each mill, okay, mills 2 cards. Mountain Cycling. Now this used to be a thing if you're an older Magic the Gathering player and you've played like older card bases. Mountain Cycling has come back, and so that's something that's interesting. Okay, that's good. Streetwise Negotiator. Okay. Completed Hunt Master. Okay, interesting. Dylan, what's happening? Hope you're having a great night. It's a fun game. Yeah, not gonna lie, absolutely. I got it for Xbox One, as a matter of fact, and the PC. Okay, Glissa. Here we got a not a planeswalker. We got a legendary creature. These are like elite creatures that really have some busted power sometimes. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose one, incubate twice. Transform all incubated tokens you control and gain first target death touch. That could be something. And let's crack the last one. Oh my goodness. The Orphan Guard. Legendary creature, cat beast. Look at the art on that. That is a beautiful card. Same as Xbox and on my PC. My girlfriend's on. Yeah, gotcha. Companion, each creature card in your starting deck is a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, beast. What? That is a busted card. This is a great card. Now, here's the deal: is there's they call them tribes, right? And sometimes there's tribe cards in Magic where, okay, you have an elf, and all other elves have +1/+1, extra damage, extra defense. And it's a tribal bonus depending on the creature type. So in this case, every creature in your starting deck is a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast card. So that means you can cross populate your deck, and it works for all these tribal types. This is an amazing card. That is busted for only 3. Oh my goodness, I can think of a few decks this is going to. This is like mental. This is the first win. The Orphan Guard, absolutely. That's a great card. All right, and then we got Glissa. We talked about that. All right, next one. That was the first big win card. Yeah, definitely W in the chat. Definitely. All right, March on the Machine. All right, what do we got? Let's keep it moving here. Negate. There we are. A very standard blue card coming in hot. Okay. Hermit, interesting. Etherborn, interesting. I do like lifelink cards. Etherblade Agent, interesting. Negotiator. And who are you? Rona, the legendary creature. Whenever you cast an instant or a sorcery spell, each opponent loses 1 life. You can cast Rona from your graveyard by discarding 2 cards in addition to paying its other costs. It's a decent card, but the challenge here is that it would just bleed your hand. It would bleed your hand out. Do I have a lot of good cards? Actually, I do have a good handful of good cards. Absolutely, Colin. Even though I've been away from the game, I do have like some crazy stuff. And in other live streams, I'll point out some decks. If you're interested to see some decks that I've built in the past, maybe some gameplay on YouTube, you can find that in my bio. I actually have some Magic stuff on YouTube, I believe. I actually was asked to be a guest in a tournament, a charity tournament. All right, so Rona, all right, but again, it would bleed your hand out. You'd drain your hand. It's a mixed bag. It's a cool card art, but not a thing. And then oh, look what we got here, a mythic wild card. You know what this is? All right, here. All right, Colin, you know what this is? Do you see this? Common, uncommon, rare, mythic. That's a wild card for any card in the game. This is a win-win. This is a W in the chat. This is 2 W's in the chat. This is win-win in the chat. That is a boss card to pull. Absolutely. That is crazy. That's really good. All right, let's keep on cracking the packs. Let's keep it moving. All right, we just when you collect so many cards and crack so many packs, you automatically get wild cards. That was that little card that floated up to the top. It rewards you for playing the game, right? And so that's something that is very, very good for us. We definitely want to keep that. We'll dismantle that. Okay, all right. The charge, they're really expensive. Takedown, really expensive, not my cup of tea. Lifelink, this is reasonable. This right here is not a strong card, but it's a reasonable. 2 cast, so 1 plains, 1 colorless for a 2/2 with lifelink. It's not great, but it's if you got if you don't have many cards and you're trying to build like some kind of vamp deck and you don't have very much stuff, this would be acceptable. This would be very acceptable. Archivist, interesting. The Invasion of Urgon. Interesting. We got another wild card. It's an uncommon wild card, so that's a win. A low grade win, not like a big win, but a nice win. And then here we go, cracking the rare. Look at this, we got a rare. That's not a win-win, but that is a win. That is a win. And again, that would let you pick a rare card. So let me point this out here. All right, let me point this out. Do you see in the card? Do you see the card? See the color of the little icon? Under the picture, just under the picture off to the right is a little gray symbol, right? Gray means uncommon. If you see this and it's black, just black and white, it's a common card. I'll point out a rare card when we see it next. That was nice. That was a win. That wasn't a win-win, but that was a win. All right, let's keep on cracking packs. I want to get out of here before midnight. All right, we're cracking the next set. Here we go. Let's go. All right. Earth. Interesting target. Okay, that's not bad. That could surprise people. Because here's the deal. You cast that on one of your lands, and it becomes a 4/4 with haste, which means you can swing on the same turn. And a 4/4 is going to kill a lot of stuff. That is for a common, and it's instant, which means they might think they got like equal board. That's a win. That's a really big win for a common card. That's a strong common card. That should be an uncommon. That's a really good card for a common. Another wild card, a common wild card. So we got commons, we got uncommons, rares, mythics. Here we go, reckless handling. Okay. Now a dual land. If you want to read or scratch that, if you want to hear about, some basic tutorial information about how the game plays, you can go and check out my last live stream on the Purple app, and that will. I give a lot of commentary going through the tutorial and make some comments. A dual land is a land that you can use for either color card. So Swiftwater Cliffs, you see how it's blue on the left and it's red on the right rather. It's getting late, right? So this card, when I put it down, I could use this mana to cast a water card, a blue card, or a fire card, a red card. And so this has duality. And there's also tricolor lands, but this is nice for what they call mana fixing. And so let's keep it going. Bondwoman, interesting. Oh, looky here. Flying and lifelink. That's nice. White, blue, and it's a 1/3 flying with lifelink? What? That's a really good card. That's a really good card for being uncommon. That's nice. I like that. That's a good card. All right, here we go. Yeah, a win. Not a win-win, but a win. Resolve, enchantment. Blah, 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 blah. Not great. Kraken, and what do we got? Dawnwalker. Look at how sharp that art is. Now I will say this, Colin, and one who walks. A lot of people, they might play the game, but they just collect it because it's a beautiful game. Like some people collect the cards just for the art. If you play the physical card game, some of them, when you crack the packs, they have foils. You ever seen like a not holographic, but like a foil that kind of like shines like it's metallic? And some Magic physical cards are foils, and then they're worth more. Yes, very pretty. Companion, each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability. Abilities you activate that aren't mana abilities cost less. Okay, so it knocks down ability cost. This effect can't reduce the mana and the cost to less than 1 mana. This is really good. Mana fixing is a concept that says I need to have 3 mana to cast this spell, instant, this creature. And some other card in play or enchantment or creature says, oh, by the way, that casting cost just got reduced. You got a discount. You got a sale. And then all of a sudden, instead of it costing 3 to cast, maybe it only costs 1 to cast. Or maybe it was a 2 cost, and now it doesn't cost anything. And so this is a great mana fixing. The fact it's a dual card. If you look in the top right hand into the corner, you'll see there's a red and yellow. It's like a mixed color. That means I could use plains. I could use 2 plains and a colorless, or 2 fires and a colorless. So it's a dual creature. I like it. I really like it. Now, legendary creatures, you can only have 1 in the battlefield at one time. So there are some advantages, some disadvantages. You can't put like 3 legendary creatures of the same ones on the board unless there's some other secret, really cool mechanic in play. But this is a win card, absolutely. The Dawnwaker, win in the chat, absolutely. Dual, it's nice to have. It's just color art. Yeah, absolutely. Let's keep it going here. All right, next pack. I'm going to try to make up more time here. Blot out. Okay, interesting. 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 Might 3. Okay. The grinder. The grinder. We got the grinder. Legendary. I love this card art. This card art is amazing. When you cast an instant or a sorcery spell that targets Zeta. So that'd be so if it targets the same creature, your creature, it's usually a buff, something that makes your creature better or more resilient or more powerful. Copy that spell for each other creature you control that spell could target. Interesting. So for example, if I casted a 1/1 on this Zeta, it would copy that 1/1 spell onto all the other creatures on the board. So this is a win. A little pricey, but if you have a very heavy casting deck with a lot of instants and sorceries, I could see that being very handy. So it's definitely a win. It's a low grade win. It's not amazing. If it was a 3 cost on a 3/3 with that text, that would be amazing. W. But the casting cost is a little high. It's still a great card though. And then wild card. All right, here we go. Legendary creature. Thopters. They're basically a creature type. They have haste. Interesting. Whenever you play land from exile or cast from exile, create a 1/1. Colorless with flying. You could do some stuff with this. And it would have haste as well. That is curious. That if you mix that into the right deck, this is a W card, a win card. But if you blended it into the right deck with synergies, it could be a WW, like a win. I mean, like a good WW card. Yeah. And W isn't significant to Magic the Gathering. I'm just kind of keeping it in simple terms. Like, oh, that's a win. That's a really good. This is a good card, and if it's brought into the right deck, it could be an amazing card. Really good drop for us. Last one here. Again, we're gonna keep on going. We're 30 minutes in. We got to pick up the pace. All right, filter out Billy Rider. If there's any card that catches your eye that you want me to stop and talk about, just call it out in chat. Otherwise, I'm just gonna kind of keep on flying here. The fugitive creature you control. Can't be blocked. Okay, interesting. And here you go. All right, One Who Walks and Colin. If you're still here, do you see do you see like the gold color? Like below the picture and to the right, you see how it's gold? Like the color is gold? That would be a rare card. So that tells you, if you look at the icon is the symbol of the set. So players say, oh, that symbol is that set. But then the color of the symbol tells the rarity of the card. So again, this is rare. See how this one is silver? That's uncommon. And then this would be common. Just black, white is common. And there we got our first rare card. That's each creature. It's not. I'm not digging it. That's not doing it for me. Let's keep it going. Now, oh, here we go. All right, everybody, pay attention. Everybody's paying attention. We've just broken into Lord of the Rings. We're just going to Lord of the Rings. Let's get ready. Here we go. Lord of the Rings. First pack. Yeah. This, I'll tell you this, Colin, and One Who Walks, player base went mental when this set came out. And look who just, look. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? We got Gollum. Precious, my precious. Precious, my precious. A nice find. We got Gollum. That's really cool. All right. You cannot pass, right? There's Gandalf, right? Okay, let's keep on going. Interesting. So apparently the mechanic is the ring. That's interesting. All right, now here you go. This Pathfinder. Do you see this? The first text, and it says tap. That's a little curve character. Tap and get 1 mana of any color. This is what you call a mana fixer. This creature is a mana fixer. So you don't use this creature to attack. You use it to mana ramp the rest of your deck, right? So it's a mana fixer. It's basically a mana source in a creature form. So that's nice. That's very nice. Kind of expensive. It would be really nice if it was like a 1-cost 1/1 with the mana tap, but you know, sometimes the ability to tap, it's not horrible. That's not bad. That's a big mana fix. And notice it's add 1 mana of any color. So if I'm running like green red, I can tap this card and get red mana. So it's a what they call a mana fixer card. Hey, what's up, North Carolina? We're playing Magic the Gathering. We're cracking packs. You just came in. We just cracked the first Lord of the Rings pack. So buckle your seatbelts. Forge a new interesting. Okay. Okay. Doesn't do it for me. But nice we got Gollum. That's iconic. My precious. Okay, nice. We got Gollum. And the Pathfinder is a nice mana fixer. Rest, so-so. Next pack. Here we go. You were chased by 2 shadow ghosts down the hallway. Oh my. Whoa. Hit your head on a metal bucket, and on top of that I was chased by 2. What do you mean shadow ghosts? What do you mean you were chased by 2 shadow ghosts? I want to hear this story. Ambush. This could be something. I like everybody listen to North Carolina. He's gonna have a story here. a Shadow Ghost. I want to hear this. Ambush is decent. This is a good card because it gives you a buff, a 1/2 buff, and Death Touch, which automatically kills anything that hits. That's a good card, a really good card. OW. Well, you probably know I'm the Shadow People. Yes, they're Shadow People, basically apparitions that are human form, but a shadow. I call them Shadow Ghosts. Is that like in the same context as like Skinwalkers in the Appalachian, or is that different? Because I live on the edge of the Appalachian region. Spider, that's not too bad. That's really not too bad of a spider. This is what they call a stompy card. Because it has trample and it's a 4/5. It could kill a lot of creatures. So as I entered the corridor and two shadows came out of nowhere running towards me. So I booked it down the hallway. So the man that chased me as a kid when I turned off the lights with two ghosts on my tail. So it looked like a man that chased you when you were a kid. Like it took on the form of someone you knew from your past. After that, I went past the red spot, and they both... What's the red spot? Here we got another wild card, guys. Not bad. Apparently, it was the two girls that were hit by a torpedo from a Japanese destroyer. Were you on like a carrier or something? Like something that was historic in nature? Rivendell, legendary land. It's cool art, but it's not a great card. It's a battleship museum. Ah, that makes sense. All right, now chat. When he says it's a battleship museum, that's quite possibly either like fragments of battleship that's been sunk. In some cases, they dry dock. Like if you go to Mobile, Alabama, right on the southern coast, there is a battleship that's been dry docked, and it's a museum. Yeah, this is the entire ship. It's in the name. Interesting. And there are some people, they see hauntings. I don't think it's made up. Like people see stuff. Interesting. All right, last Lord of the Rings. Let's keep it going. We're 38 minutes in. Maybe we'll finish it at the hour mark. We just got another wild card. That's nice. Look at this monstrosity. 6 casting cost, 6/4 with trample. What the mess. Kind of expensive, but not bad. Alright, no, it's this entire ship. It's in the name. Oh, I know it's not made up in my twisted ankle from many years ago. Says so. Does your ankle ache when you see stuff or when you think something's going to happen or something? Draw a card and the ring tempts you? Birthday escape? I'm kind of curious to see what that does. That's a W card here in the chat. Do you think skinwalkers are in real life? It's fine now. It's all healed up, but accidentally twisted it after after you got shoved down the stairs? Or you shoved someone down the stairs? By Chief, he's the captain of the vessel. Interesting. This right here, Gandalf Sanction. If you're playing a blue-red casting deck, this could be like crazy. A win card. You were shoved. I'll tell you what, North Carolina. I'm going to be doing scary live streams starting in November. Remind me to tell you the story of the event that scared me at my childhood home. Remember that. I'm not going to tell it now, but I'm waiting for until October. I'll tell the story again. Remind me to tell the story of the really unsettling event that took place in my childhood home. I'll tell the story then at a later time. All right, here we go. Oh, you're gonna be busy in October? It's cool. It's cool. And then Shadow the Enemy. Now, right? All right, guys, in the chat, do you see this card? How it has almost a red color to it underneath the card art? That is our first mythic. So W card. Yeah, that's when we're giving out our ghost tours. For me, it was your dad leaving. Eldraine. Really high cost, though. Man, that's really high cost. Beautiful card art, though. Now this right here. The scary thing was my dad was leaving you. Oh yeah, it's okay. I understand. It's the name of the USS North Carolina, ranked #1 to be the most haunted battleship in the U.S. Scary thing was your dad leaving you. Yeah. Yeah. Number of phantoms on board, 60 to 70 unique different types of ghosts. Interesting. I'll have to visit that someday. I love haunted stuff. If you're big into haunted stuff, New Orleans is your game. But I've been to some places that are considered haunted before. I'd tell you one of the famous haunted places that I'm near, but it would give away my location. But yeah, I have respect for stuff I don't understand. Just because I haven't seen it myself, I have respect. There's some stuff out there that's unexplainable. All right, guys, hatching plans. This right here is pretty crazy. Because if this enchantment goes to your graveyard, say you cast it on like a creature or something, or you put it in the field and then it's removed, you get 3 draw cards. It has some restrictions, but that's decent. Low grade win. Overcooked. Well, my goodness, I've been there before. Overcooked. Players can't gain life. This is a WW. This right here shatters some metas. The first WWW card. This like breaks a meta. No. This is the WWW. Overcooked. This is absolutely like not a W like win card or a win-win. This is a win-win-win. And I'll explain it in the chat. The reason why this is a win-win-win is there is certain deck types that rely on gaining life, and neither player can gain life. So this absolutely stops some meta decks. This is a busted card. This right here, no matter what we crack the rest of the cards, this right here is a big win. This is significant. Let's keep it going. Eldraine, second pack. All right. Second little pig out of the 3 little pigs. Warehouse Tabby, interesting. Knight. Interesting. Interesting. All right, now, if everybody's listening in the chat, there is what they call reprints, cards that existed in older sets, but it's the same card, it's the same card text, but they redo the art. This is a reprint. The Griffin Airy, this is a reprint card. This existed in older sets. It's a good card. It's very niche. And then here we go, Wild. Look at this Muppet. Look at Hex. How cute is Hex? Hex is what is that, a dog? Cute dog. Cute dog. That's a good dog. Good dog. Fido. His text isn't great, but that is a cute card. I like it. You went to Pearl Harbor, and I'm not. Oh, North Carolina. If you go to New Orleans, there's a World War II museum there that's like crazy. Like it is one of the best World War II museums I've ever been to. And I've been to a handful in my lifetime. I've lived a little life. That is a great World War II museum. And also, in North Carolina, you might know this event. But if you do, don't tell where it happened, okay? But I saw the last working World War II D-Day boats come through my area before they were dry docked. And I went to like a nearby port and got to see like the last D-Day boats before it was their home voyage back home. And if you know, don't call it out. It stopped at a few ports, but I remember seeing that, and it was so somber. I saw all the D-Day boats. They were just you look in videos and it seems small, but they're just so massive. You know, whether it be the jeeps that were in there or the infantry or they had 50 cal guns and all kinds of crazy things. But I saw the World War II D-Day, the last remaining working boats on home. They were on a home tour before dry dock, and I got to see them in person. That was really cool. Eldraine, last Eldraine. Let's keep it going, guys. Here we go. Yeah, so what? 129 for the Ghost Tour? Woo! That's an expensive Ghost Walk. Evolving Wilds is a reprint. The third little pig. 3 little pigs. Interesting. Look at the little bunny. That's pretty cool. Compulsion, not doing it for me. What do we got? Crossroads during first. I don't like this. Not for legend. Well, yeah, not for legendary. Could be an interesting mana fixer though, because it's not a legendary land. This is a W card because it's not legendary, which means you don't have legendary restrictions, and you can call out the color you want it to be. It's a W card. W card. Definitely. I could see some decks that I would put that in. Nice. Alright, we're going on to Wilds of Eldraine. I got also, you might like this, North Carolina. I got to see the USS Hornet Museum. Do you remember anything about the USS Hornet? Got another uncommon wild card, another common wild card. Nice wins. Ice out, catapult. And that's where the Japanese pilot tried to attack you. Yeah, I got to see that. I'll tell you where I saw it. It was a traveling museum at New Orleans World War II Museum. So you can figure out when I went to New Orleans, but it was the World War II Museum in New Orleans has a traveling exhibit that cycles every so often, and USS Hornet was there. Actually, I have a family member that thankfully survived as it was being sunk. He was one of the soldiers that made it out safely, but there was a lot of soldiers that died on the USS Hornet. Go look it up in the history books, but I actually had a family member who thankfully survived as it got sunk, and he was one of the ones that was evac'd out. All right, what do we got here? Sentinel. That could be interesting if you exile the target player's graveyard. That could be really good. That could nuke graveyards of the opponent. This could be a W card. Yeah, that could be a W card. All right, what do we got for the other one? Oversold Cemetery. That's not good. Wow. Look at this, guys. A 2-cost enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep. If you have 4 more creature cards in your graveyard, you may return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. What? This right here, WW card. Absolute mental for a graveyard deck. This is crazy good card. That's really good. Yeah, WW card right there. That's really nice. That is really good. All right, let's keep it going. That was a nice card. That, I have a place for that. He was doomed by a Sherman. Wilds of Eldraine. Next pack. Here we go. Armoring Mice. Treatment. Dragon Mantle. That's a, man, that is sharp art. I like that. I got a home for this. W. It's a W card. The reason being is I got an enchantment deck that runs red. And I could stack this on to one of my enchantment creatures, get a draw card, and, you know, it's a buff deck. It might have a home. Maybe. Okay, your grandfather was on the training boat that was supposed to pull up buoys for the Navy for gunnery practice when he was located at Pearl Harbor, 1941. Yeah. I have family on my mom's side that's from Berlin, but that was long before either First or the Second World War. It was like multiple generations back, but technically on my mom's side we do have like family that comes from Berlin. But my family obviously migrated long before either of the world wars. All right, triplets. So when the planes attacked, the ship was trying to take torpedoes. Oh, really? They sacrificed their boat. Here's the deal, chat, is they made the ultimate sacrifice because if you got to keep your battleships running, and so smaller boats would take it so that the battleships won't sink down. He was trying to put his boat in the way of a torpedo so that battleships didn't get hit. The minions went in the cave at just the perfect time, bro. He managed to live. That is wild. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff happened in the world wars. Pearl Harbor, a lot of naval events. This could be something. I'd have to research this. Seems like a really high cost card. I'm not psyched about that. Alright, here we go. Last one of this set. Here, interesting. A Sega. I do like Sega cards. They're nice. Flash flying. Interesting. Rogue. This right here, Vampiric Rites, is a reprint. Love the art though. Tale for the Ages. Enchanted creatures you control get 2/2. This is the WW card. WW card. Tale for the Ages. So you put this in a white creature deck. Enchanted creatures you control get 2/2. That is crazy mental. I absolutely have a home for this. It's a WW card, but in the deck, if it's better, if it actually is better than some of the cards in the deck, this might be like a WW card. I like a WWW card. Like win. This is a crazy card. But it has to go in the right deck. That's good for me. An average player who didn't have a lot of cards, this is just okay. This is just a win card, but this is a nice card for the deck I have. The deck I have has enchanted creatures. And then that means that all of them get 2/2 buffs. If you had 3 enchanted creatures, that would buff you out 6/6 value for a 2-cost card. That is busted. Great card. That's the best one in this set so far. All right, guys, we're almost at the hour mark. We need to keep it moving. Ixalan. I might be mispronouncing it. All right, now we're going back to dinosaur creatures. Interesting. Interesting. And the rare. Doesn't do it for me. This is a reprint. This is a really popular blue card. Another wild card. When it enters, exile target creature until it leaves the battlefield. Target creature control becomes a copy of the creature card exile with Reflect Net. Activates only as... In some applications, this could be a win card, but I don't have a lot of blue-white decks. So this doesn't help me a lot, but in the right hands, in the right deck, this could be a decent card because you could actually clone a card that's been exiled with a net. So you'd exile a card, which could be brought back, of course, and then you could copy it, and then the exiled creature that you just exiled goes onto the battlefield as a clone. So you can duplicate a card for 2 cost. This could be a really strong card. It's a W, but in the right hands, definitely a WW, a win-win. Each creature card in your graveyard perpetually gets XX, where X is the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. Then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, it is such a high mana curve, though. 6 casting cost. It's a powerful card, but you can't play it early game because it's not worth it. Mid game, it's debatable. You can't even play it mid game. So it's restricted to late game only. 6 casting cost. It's a powerful card, but that is just... I mean, it goes from the battlefield right from the graveyard to the battlefield, which is really strong, but that's a really late card. Really late game card. That's tough. That's really tough. You'd have to really maneuver, and it's so high on the mana curve. I have a tough place for it. I don't think it's not doing it for me. Last card in Ixalan. Let's keep it going, guys. Interesting. 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 Let's see what this does. What does this do? When it enters, each opponent sacrifices a creature. Craft with a creature at the beginning of your upkeep. Each opponent loses 1 life and you gain. Oh, wow. I don't know. Like, I'm not feeling this card. That's, again, high cost. It's not high cost to cast it, right, to get into the field. It's just it would take a lot to craft with another creature. 5 costs to get the artifact into its ideal form. No, it's not happening. Not for me. No. That doesn't do it for me. High Marshal. Land dealing. Doesn't do it for me. Nope. Doesn't do. That's nothing in this pack. Nothing gets me. All right, going to Lost Caverns. Here we go. First pack. Let's go. Maybe Word Speaks can bring us some luck. Oh, look at that little doggo! Look at the doggo! That is so awesome. The mischievous pup. That is cool. Some people make theme decks like cat decks and dog decks. I think that's awesome. I think that's really awesome. And then we got the Glyph Bridge. Interesting. Oh, interesting. When it enters, if you cast it for each player, choose a creature with 2 or less power that player controls, then destroy all creatures except creatures chosen this way. So it's a board wipe. 5 mana board. They call it a board wipe when you wipe out multiple creatures. Doesn't do it for me. Just crossed the hour mark. More dinosaurs. Here's a land card. Interesting art. Rare card. If you descended this turn, you may choose both instead. Interesting. Oh, that could be something. It'd have to be in the right deck. Doubles. Look, we got our first doubles, guys. We got doubles. That's kind of nice. Sometimes you get lucky and you get double cards. That's fun. Inquisitor. Galleon. When it comes in as a 5 cost, it comes in as a 5/5, and when it enters, it deals 5 damage to a target creature. Alright, have a great night. Be good, Colin. But it also has a crew cost. Doesn't do it for me. Alright, we're on to the Takar card. That's how you pronounce it. See you tomorrow. Be good. Nightblade. Another dual land. Another wild card. Evie, what's happening? Oh, Evie, I know you. I think I've seen you before. You're a Magic the Gathering person, I think. Evie, is that the Evie I remember from a long while ago? I think it is. Siege Rhino. Interesting card. Let's crack the next pack. Let's keep it going. Monastery. Interesting. Nice land. Tricolor. They call it a tricolor card because you could use it to cast for 3 different types of mana. Nice tricolor. Not particularly strong, but nice. This is a mana. They call it mana fixing. It's a mana fixing card. Oh, that is so expensive, though. Oh my goodness. 8 cast cost. Another dual land. Interesting. What do we got for wild? Nah, I ain't not doing that. We ain't doing that. Nah. Nah. Why would I do that? I would rather just run a dual land. No, absolutely not. That's garbage. Last one. Here we go. The set. Let's go. Oh. This I have an immediate home for. A Savage Punch. Target creature you control fights. Target creature you don't control. Crazy fun. I have a home for that. Absolutely. Another dual artifact. Dual mana artifact. Interesting. Or scratch that. Not dual tree. A tri artifact. Tri mana artifact. I like this Salvage Punch. I don't like that it has to fight the creature, but it's not bad. I can have fun with it. Do you ever change your... Do I ever change your FR? Just asking. I love the one you have on right now. You talking about my avatar? Or my profile picture? Oh, my V2 model. Yes. If you go back to my old YouTubes, you can actually see my earlier version. But I most likely will maybe bring in something different for like Halloween, but something in the future. But this is actually my second version. I actually had an older VTuber model. And this is my second one that I've used. And I'll probably bring something in for Halloween. Another wild card, that's nice. Nah. I like the Salvage Punch though, that's fun. It's not. There's a better version of this card, but it is nice. That's a nice card. I enjoy that. And then what do we got? All right, here we go. The murders at Kavlov Manor. Pack one. Here we go. Let's go. All right, give us luck. Let's go. No, I don't do face stuff. I would be just V2. I would just do V2. Shock damage. This is like a reprint. This is like a card. There's many variations of this card. One mana, 2 damage to any target. Very good utility card. It's actually a card that they put in what they call burn decks. This is like a burn deck. A card. It's not as good as like lightning, but it's still high utility because it's a 1 to 2 ratio. 1 mana to 2 damage. Any target, not your opponent or a creature. Any target. Which could even be yours if you, for whatever reason, had to like attack yours. So this is a very good utility. 2 to 1 ratio. Good card. A W card. Definitely a win card. It's not elite, but it's good. And it's decent. It's nice early mana curve for a burn deck. Really good. You know, if you're doing like a white-blue Thopter deck, that wouldn't be horrible, but it would be. It's kind of a tribal thing, a tribal deck. I don't usually play white-blue, but in the right hands, it could be pretty decent. And the rare, what do we got? Oh, the Cackling Observer. This, all right. Let me stop and read this. 3 cost, 3/1. That's not great. Flying, that's decent. It's what they call an evasive card. An evasive card is one that can't be blocked. So that's a good evasion card. When Observer enters, target opponent reveals an on-land in there, and you can choose one of those cards and exile it. Okay, so you can look at a card they reveal and exile it. When it leaves the battlefield, exile. Nah, it doesn't do it for me. Nope, that doesn't do it for me. The shock was the win of that pack. Another land, interesting. So you call a seeker. It'll seek out another card in your deck. It's called a scry card. There's other variations of this. This right here would be crazy if you're playing like a 4-person game, because each opponent, that'd be three opponents would have to do something bad for 1 cost. This would be mental. This would be a win-win-win card if you're doing like, say, like a 4-headed giant game where you have 3 opponents. That'd be mental. That'd be a mental card for being a common. Brian, what's happening? Hope you're having a great night. User, what's happening? Here's another Scry card. Search your library for a basic land, reveal it. Yep. Storm, what's happening? And we get, why do we get another Cackling Observer? Ugh. Ugh. Alright, and the last murders card. What do we got? Alright, we just got another wild card. Interesting. Spine Crawl. I like the art. That is cool art. Here we got a Mana Fixer creature. Add 1 mana of any color. Activate only once per turn. Now here we go. This is a buff card. This is a Stompy card. They call it a Stompy card. Stompy is like a buff to attack and damage. And in this case, it's 2 mana cost for 3 and it gains trample. So say you cast this on a 2/2 creature. For 2 costs, it's an instant, which is really nice. Because say they put up a 2/2 blocker, and then you cast this instant, making it a 5/5. Trample rolls through their 2/2, killing the 2/2, and then the excess 3 damage goes right to your opponent. Instant. It's a 2-to-3 ratio card that has trample. Oh, and it's instant. Win-win card. Absolutely win-win card. Great Stompy card. Great Stompy card. Zach, what's happening? Here's our wild. This could be reasonable in the right hands. I think this could be reasonable. Yeah, that'd be reasonable. I think a win card in a blue deck. Not in a mix deck. Like a pure blue deck. That might be nice. What? And then, okay, murders at Kavlaw map. Interesting. Here we go. What we got? Oh, look at that plant cat. That's pretty cool. Plant cat. I'll have to show this to Sophia. Plant cat. Plant cat. Look at this. That's cool. Alright. Reprint. Again, if you're playing multiple, that'd be nice. Detective. No, it doesn't do it for me. And here we go. Mythic wild card. WWW. Win, win, win. That is mental. That's really good, guys. That was a great win for us. Any mythic. That's a wild card. That is great. Let's keep it going. We're an hour 15 in. Another Fanatical Strength, nice card. Shock, nice burn deck card. Let's see. That's kind of interesting. What? This case is solved in a 4/4 Gorgon creature with Death Touch and Life Touch? My goodness, that is spicy. I think I have a place for this. A 4/4 with Life Touch and Death Touch? Lifelink and Death Touch? Oh my goodness. That's a win-win card. I have a home for that right now in a deck. That's nice. I like that. That's spicy. And the rare. What do we got? Extra Hunter. Don't control them. Exile that. You may put a creature card exile. I could see a use for it, but this has a lot of conditions. I don't like it. Last one of the manor. I think we got another mythic. Jeez, what's happening? Wild card for uncommon, and I think we got a mythic. There, we got a mythic. 3 whispers. Now, what do we have here? Now, that could be something spicy. Win-win card. If you have like a white-green stompy with a mix of flying, this could be mental. I like it. I like it. That's a really nice card. I like that card. That's I'm gonna do some stuff with that. That's crazy. All right, Thunder Junction. It almost looks like the Wild West theme to it. Interesting. I like it. Let's see what the theme goes. Counter. Okay, this is a nice blue-green mix. Wild card. Nice. Interesting. A dual card. Nice. Scry card. Deals 1 damage. This could be something. I don't understand the text. I'd have to read more into it. And look, guys, look at this. Look at this card art. Expensive card, but look at that. This could be a nice endgame card. Because usually if you're running black-red, you're running like burn death. It's just burn death. And that's spicy. I kind of like that. Amazing card art. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's really nice. Survivalist. She was actually the main creature on the card pack, if you recall. Really good in a counter deck. This would be really good in a counter deck. Counter deck would have a lot of use for this. That's nice. Here we go. Wild West. Wild West. Got another mythic. We got a mythic waiting for us. I like the card art. Buried in the garden? What? Cool card art. I don't think I'd run it though. There we go, another mythic. Ghost Council. Okay, so intensity is a counter. So I'm guessing intensity is the counter, and at the beginning of the end step, you can exile the creature. If you do at the beginning of the next time, return it, and it gains haste. I don't understand this card well enough to assess it properly. I think it's a win card. It sounds like it can do some fancy tricks, but I'm more of like a simple, just let it get it done. Let's just get the damage. I don't know that I'd use that. I have to research this more. This might be a special card, and I just don't understand it well enough. Last one of the set. We're at an hour 20. Looky here, ladies and gentlemen. The Reckless Lackey. 1 cost, 1/2. First strike and haste. What the mess. This automatically goes into my Cavalcade deck. Win-win. It's not going to break the game, but a win-win card. That is great. I'm so using this card. That is wins across the board right there. Yeah, that is crazy good card. Reckless Lackey. 1 cost, 1/2, first strike, haste. Cavalcade all the way, baby. Let's go. Collective Defiance, rare card. That's a nice utility card. I don't know that I'd run it. Stephanie, what's happening? Outlaws. Looking at the Outlaw card pack. Let's go. Interesting. See, now here's, guys, this is what I'm talking about, a burn deck. You got a 2 cost, deals 5 to a target creature, but it's sorcery, so it's a slow speed cast. But it's a 2-to-5 ratio. So anything above 2-to-1, that's a really good mana to damage ratio. I don't like that it's sorcery, but I understand that they can't do a 2-to-5 ratio card at instant speed. It's a fair card, but that's a higher mana curve card. Well, I mean it's 2 costs, so it's not like high mana, but it's a higher damage card. This is a really good burn deck. You wouldn't run like a set of 4 though. Maybe you'd run it as like 2s. There's definitely utility here. That'd be a burn deck card. I like it. Dual land. It's very nice. There's, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy non-land permanent. Oh, this card right here. I am going to use the mess out of this card. I have a home for this. I got a black-white deck that is going to use the mess out of this. I definitely am going to use this a lot, I think. And then our wild, rare. It doesn't do it for me. All right, let's keep it going. Land. Another land. Tuck, what's happening? Wild card, rare, nice. Got another mythic card waiting for us, another mythic. And another wild card just went to collection. Wild card, common, nice. Dual card, nice. Another wild card for uncommon. That's nice. This is a mythic card draw. The Farmer. 4 cost, 5/5 with trample. Enters in, draw or create 2 food tokens. When it attacks, you may sacrifice a food. If you do, mill 3 cards. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand. What? This could do some crazy stuff. Like, in a green. Maybe a green-black mill deck? I could see this being busted. Definitely a win card. And if you could build like a green-black mill deck that's effective with like stompy cards, it wouldn't even have to be stompy cards, but to make it worth the mill, I think that this could be like a win-win card. Win-win card, absolutely. Last Outlaws set. Here we go. Wild card. Dual land. A reprint. Bringing stuff back from your graveyard. Definitely a black reprint. Interesting. A 6 cost 7/7 with reach, which can block a flyer and ward. And it is a scry for land. Really high in the mana curve. I don't know that I'd use it. I think I have a home for Dust Animus. I kind of like this. I have a home for this in my Spirit deck, my Spirit Enchantment deck. Absolute win-win. Definitely going to use that. Surgical Extraction instant. And it could be with black or 2 life. Choose a card. Okay, this could be interesting. This could break other mechanics. I kind of like it. I don't know that I'd use it frequently, but that definitely have some interesting things. Andrew, what's happening? Horizons. Let's crack another pack. Interesting. Snowlands have come back. Gravedigg. Another reprint card. Zealot. Interesting. This is that's interesting. Jose, what's happening? Nice, nice in a burn deck. If you're just wanting to mana dump, like 1 red X colorless. That could be kind of crazy, possibly in some type of burn deck. Flare of Duplication. Now in a red burn deck that has like black sacrifice, this could be something, but it would have to be special. A lot of context here, but I think you could do something. I think you could do something with this. This would run well like in a black-red deck that has like sacrifice mechanics. I think a person could do some stuff, some crazy stuff with this. I think it's... My gut tells me it's not like crazy strong. But because it excludes it excludes tokens. So you can't use tokens as the sacrifice, so that's a great big limitation. I think it's a win card in a red-black deck. Here we go. Another wild card just went to collection. And Eldrazi is back. Interesting. Eldrazi is a tribal creature that's been out of rotation for quite some time, I think. Eldrazi used to be like, that was the fire back in the day. That was definitely the fire back in the day. Eldrazi decks. I think this is a reprint. The Ravager. I think I actually have this in my card collection somewhere. Reform creature. When this creature dies, create a... Okay. When Reform dies, create a 3/3 blue token with when this creature dies, create a... Wait. Okay, so it's a 4 cost, and the 0/1 needs to die, and it creates a 3/3. But then when the 3/3 dies, it creates a 6/6, and when that dies, this has insane potential in a sacrifice deck. If you for some unknown reason you were running a blue-black deck with sacrifice, this is a buffing card in like a sacrifice deck. This would go bonkers late game, mid to late game. But here's the deal: is you need a few turns to like kill all the versions. Because the 0/1 has to die, the 3/3 has to die, the 6/6 has to die for the 9/9 to come on the board. But if you can get it evolved that much, this is a bonkers card. Mental card. And then here we got Thrasher. Nah, it doesn't do it for me. I think that red reef or the reform, that could be something special, like something really special. Take a long time to set up though. Another angel card? No. Interesting. This could be something special, like in a black deck. Absolutely. Bloomburrow. Interesting. Okay, here we go. First deck. First pack, rather. Scholar. I think this is a reprint, maybe. Interesting. Had to cough. Ugh. My sinus infection has like whooped my tail with coughing. I figured you guys didn't want to hear me like coughing. Bloomburrow. Here we go. Next pack. Another wild card just went to collection. Target attacking, blocking, or tapped creature. Gain life if you gain it. This would be really good. Sonar Strike, this would be really good in a any white deck that needs to have like instant damage. 2 cost for a 4 damage to any attacking, blocking, or tap creature. Mental. WW card. For being a common, this is a really strong card. Really, really strong card. Wild card. Smite. Vanisher. Flying. I don't know. That could backfire, I think, on a person. I wouldn't play that. Last one in Bloomburrow. Getting towards the end, guys. Getting towards the end. Harbinger. Dual land. Oh, my apologies. Not dual land. MJ, what's happening? A dual black, blue. What is that? A rat? Interesting. Rat tribal can do some crazy stuff under the right circumstances. Gift a tapped fish. Well, who wouldn't want to have a fish? And then here we go. This kind of conjure random card. Wait. Conjure a random card from Dazzling Flame Weaver's spellbook into exile. Okay, so on the right hand, this is a spellbook creature. This is interesting. Okay, so it could be any one of these cards. So I'm going to cycle through them. Body count. Drill bit. Interesting. Light up the stage. That's been around for a while. The Reveler. That's an old card from last standard cycle. Skewer the Critics. Fun. Spawn of Mayhem. Look at that. This could be fun. I think that's a win card. Nice. That's kind of nice. And last three, Bloomburrow. Here we are, the last set. Everybody ready? We're all going to come to an end here, guys. We're sitting at an hour and 37 minutes. You guys been enjoying yourself so far? We cracked 48 packs tonight when we're finished. The next 3 packs, 48 packs. We've got some crazy good cards, tons of wild cards. We've had a really good go of it. Look at the raccoon and the squirrel. Just such attention to the art. Just beautiful art. And another enchantment. And it's okay. Level 2. Interesting. Kind of interesting, but I don't like it. There's sagas that I definitely like better. Doesn't do it for me. Trash Tactician. Beginning of add one for each raccoon you control when you expand. Whenever you expend 4, you gain 3 life. Whenever you expend 8, exile the top 2 cards in your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. I don't think I'd be running Raccoon Tribal, which is limited. I don't think there's a lot of Raccoon. I think Raccoon is a new tribal. I don't remember Raccoon being in existence like years ago. I don't think I'd run this. It doesn't do it for me. 2 cards. There are 2 card packs left. Look, we just got in a mythic wild card. Just went to collection. You see a little card floated off in the distance? Look at our wild card collection, peoples. That's some bonker wild card just waiting to be spent. Here we got another mana fixing card. So it's a blue-red, which is very common, like burn control. It's a creature with haste and prowess. Instant and sorcery cards you cast cost 1 less to cast. This is a nice mana fixing card. Definitely a win-win card. It's a rat squirrel. Now, this is definitely like a variation of a reprint. Enchantment class. Up. Sacrifice permanent or those 2 cards. I'm not feeling it. No. And ladies and gentlemen, the last pack, the 48th pack of the night. Everybody ready? 48th pack. We're an hour and 40 minutes. We took some time. We were talking with North Carolina and some other people, but no regrets on a little bit extra time. I'm gonna chill with the viewers, so that's no problem. Mentor. Spiral, Duo, the Brew, the Duo, Wild Card, Escort. Last card of the 48th pack of the night. A rare wild card. No more packs. We have opened 48 packs of Magic the Gathering Arena cards. We've gotten so many wild cards, I stopped counting. We got some really mental cards to add to the collection. I got some cards that I am so going to go find and add to decks. Big wins across the board. If you're still in watching, thanks for being with us. What a tremendous time. Did everybody have fun? Anybody that's left in chat, did you guys have fun? Did you learn anything about Magic? Did you enjoy the cards and the discussion? I think we all had fun. But that being said, it is 10:18 Central, and I got to work, and I'm sure a lot of people have busy stuff going on. So that being said, all of you have a wonderful night. I will catch you guys later. We'll be playing, I don't know, we might play like Fortnites or something like that going forward, maybe tomorrow or Thursday. But I hope everybody on TikTok, I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace. If you're still on Twitch, I hope all of you are having a fun time, and I hope that you had a great night. We cracked 48 packs. We got an amazing amount of wild cards. We pulled some really good cards. If you know anything about Magic the Gathering, we pulled some really good cards. So that's like big wins. I think Lige kind of talked about, maybe playing a little bit more in the future, Magic Arena. So we'll see what the future holds. But I'm gonna try to mix in a little bit of Arena in the future. October is gonna be a scary month, so we're gonna play scary games. But certainly after October, I'm gonna try to add a little bit more Arena into the rotation. But I hope you have a great night, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.